it's Julie again. This is Tammy Rendell.
Hey!
Tammy's going to show us the Soot Technique. This looks really cool. Let me show you some of these samples so you can see like what it looks like. It's really cool for Halloween, especially because you get sort of that like smoky, spooky kind of things. Let me show you those samples as well. So Tammy is going to show us what we need to do to make the technique.
All right, I'm going to use a really small piece of cardstock because I got overzealous. So normally it wouldn't be this small, and it's easier if it's bigger because your hands aren't as close to the flame. The most important thing to remember about this technique is safety first. So make sure you've got a bowl of water handy, and make sure that you have your sealant and your flame separated at all times.
Very good.
That's the most important thing to remember. So to do the technique, you're going to use a pillar candle because it's nice and stable on your surface. And you're going to light your flame. Here we go. And you're going to take glossy cardstock, and this cardstock is the only cardstock that'll work. Just the plain cardstock would just flame. You would not get the soot like you can on the glossy.
Okay.
So you're going to, with the glossy side of the cardstock down on the flame, you're going to continuously move your cardstock so that it's picking up the soot from the candle and the flame. And be very careful when you're getting close to the edge of your cardstock because that's when things can happen where you'll get the flame. But if it does start to flame, just use your water, and it'll put the flame out. And if you use it carefully, you can use that as part of your card. I mean, it's going to look like really cool if it's burnt. Right? I mean, happy little accidents.
That's really cool.
So then you're going to end up with it looking like this. And the darker you go with your soot, the more bold your image is going to be when you stamp your image onto your project. You don't have to stamp with this at all. You can use this as like a background paper. But if you want to stamp, you're going to use any stamp that you have. Just dry, no ink at all. And you're going to stamp. And then you've got this. So it's like a really, really cool image. It looks really cool with a cool pumpkin or something. And then if you were to wipe your hand over it like this, your image would be completely gone. So you need to make sure that you seal it, and make sure your flame is out on your candle, and then just take your sealant over your cardstock and then let it dry, and then you're done. Then you can make your project. And that's it in a nutshell.
That's really cool. Yeah. So, Tammy, how did you get the yellow on this one?
So if you want to colorize your project, then what you need to do before you start doing your soot technique is you need to use a brayer and any ink color that you're wanting for your project, and just brayer the color on there. If you decide that you want a darker, bolder color and a more subtle stamping, which I don't know if on the video it's going to show, but you can actually lay your cardstock on the ink pad and get really bold ink and then spread it out with your brayer, but then you'll have a really subtle image. So it depends on what you're wanting. But I brayer most of them for the color.
Awesome.
But you have to do that first before you
start the
before you sit.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thanks so much, Tammy.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.